GDPR is the one of the pioneers in data privacy, and they have formed 6 lawful bases for processing personal information. Let us talk about the overview of those 6 bases in this video, and we'll get into the details of each of them in subsequent videos, though a few of them have already been covered in earlier videos as well. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where we have been finding new content on data privacy on a daily basis. And as I mentioned, we are going to talk about the 6 lawful bases of data processing under GDPR. As per GDPR, there is a very clear definition of data processing. They say the processing of information needs to match at least 5 important parameters. What are these parameters? It has to be lawful. There has to be a legal reason, logical reason for the processing of any personal information. Processing has to be very, very fair, as per the purpose, not to be shared wrongly or without a consent or without the wish of the user whose information you are processing or sharing. The process has to be transparent with the users. The user should know what processing are you doing, what is the purpose of doing it, and with whom are you sharing this information. The processing part should be very, very secure. The processor is responsible and accountable of handling the complete information, whether it comes to correction and collect only what is appropriate required for the given purpose, whether it is processing, whether it is storing, where you also need the security in terms of the confidentiality, integrity and availability, that the data is not accessed by unauthorized users, that it is encrypted and anonymized to keep it safe, and it is kept available for the right user, always available kind. That means you are having a backup copy of your information, so that if the primary copy gets corrupted, you bring it back from the backup copy. So these are the few basic parameters of processing of personal information as laid down by GDPR. And when it comes to the lawful basis, so what are the bases by which the organization or the processor processing the information can process the information? First is that the processor has a clear and explicit consent from the data subject, that is the user whose information is being processed. There has to be a proper, clear, explicit consent for processing the information for the given purpose. There has to be a contractual necessity. That means a contract has been signed, and to execute the clauses of the contract, the processing of the information is critical, and therefore the information is being processed. There could be legal obligations. These could be investigations, security threats, under which the processing of a personal information is required. So that's another lawful basis prescribed by GDPR for processing personal information. There could be vital interests, especially in case of criticality of the health and security of an individual. If in case the information is to be used for some research, if in case this information is to be processed for some diagnosis, for some scanning or something to take care of his health in a better way, then that's a very, very lawful basis of processing of personal information. Then it comes to public task. It could be monitoring behavior of individuals in public. It could be research for public health care. It could be similar respondents to any public task. So processing individuals' information in carrying out any of these public tasks is also considered as a lawful or legal basis of processing of personal information. And last but not the least, the legitimate interest. If it's in the interest of the organization legitimately that they need to process the information, then also the information can be processed. We spoke about this in the last couple of videos. Legitimate interest means that you cannot wait for the consent, but you are making sure that the processing of the information does not override the basic fundamental privacy principles of the user. And I'm going to tag that video over here as well, where we have spoken about the legitimate processing, legitimate interest processing. So you can go through that. So these are the 6 lawful bases under which GDPR recommends that you can process any individual's personal information. In subsequent videos, we'll talk a bit more details of each of them. However, there are a lot of videos available on my channel on consent management as well as legitimate interest assessment. So you can go through them. If in case you like the content of my video, you can press bell and like icon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already done that, and share your feedback with me, and share my videos with your friends and family members whom you think need more knowledge on data privacy. Thank you.